Sky's Joel Hills is live outside the Greek Parliament in Athens. Joel, good afternoon. It seems to be a game of bluff going on at the moment. Would the Eurozone really stop funding Greece if it votes for Syriza party and rejects those austerity measures?
It's a key question. I mean, the message from the Eurozone couldn't be clearer, could it, Lorna? I mean, it's saying on the one hand, if you want to stay in the Euro, you have to abide by the promises that you have made in return for the emergency funding that Greece has received. And yet the most popular party in Greece at the moment, if some of the opinion polls are to be believed, are the party that's advocating tearing up the bailout agreement. With me to discuss this is Spύρος Ριζόπουλος, who is from Spin Communications. You advise political parties, Spyros, and let's face it, the main political parties need some advice at the moment because they are on course to lose this election.
That's very true, and the reason why we have been led here is because the mistakes of the first race around were that this was not based on an exchange of ideologies. This was based on rage. Syriza invested very well on people's rage because of the austerity that followed the bailout, and at that point, that's the way they reacted. Now, though, with the pressure coming from beyond Greece, as it came from the G8, as it probably is going to come out of NATO today, and the EU Leaders Summit on Wednesday, is that the debate is pretty much shaping a bit differently. It's no longer about the bailout. We've made a mental leap, and now it's well, if you want to stay in the euro, you have to support the parties that signed off on the bailout. If you don't want to stay, then you have to go with the party that basically recommends the rip-off.
But it's not just rage, is it? I mean, the Syriza's popularity seems to be growing, not diminishing. I mean, and it's the policy. It's the policy.
Let's talk about the popularity a little bit. At this point, Syriza's support pretty much stemmed from the workers of the public sector that pretty much want to hold on to anything they can hold on that they've been gained for the last 30 years. As you know, as part of the bailout, a lot of this is not acceptable. A lot of this cannot follow the bailout. So basically, it's the Greeks' last attempt to hang out to what they have. Now, here, there's a space for a whole new conversation regarding the bailout. You know, and maybe this is a big agenda that should be discussed, and from one understanding from my readings, as of the approach of the new elected President Hollande, there seems to be space for talk about growth. In other words, we need to change the agenda from a bailout that relates us to the Europeans as that of the lender and the person or the country that pays off, to a bailout that has a lot of space for growth in a country that can use it in the best possible way, where money creates money, and the money created can pay off our debt. That's the end of the story.
Okay, Spyros Rizopoulos, a new conversation is needed, in his view, a political advisor there. Thank you very much for your view. As I say, the opinion polls at the moment aren't always consistent, but they do seem to suggest if there is an election held tomorrow, it would be inconclusive once again. But the key thing to take away from this is that they generally agree. Syriza, the party that's threatening to tear up the bailout agreement, seems to be growing in popularity. Around 1 in 4 voters say they would back that party.
Very interesting, Joel. Thank you.